What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned into another episode of Everyday Heroes, and we got Real Name Wynton, JB Written, and Bobby Wright on the show once again, coming back at you. So before we get into anything, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the show. Subscribe. You're gonna see that notification ding, and we in the mix, man. We got iTunes, Spotify, everything. You can listen to us on all those platforms, and enjoy yourselves. We're gonna bring to you some news and some updates. So we brought Bobby right back on the show. You know what I'm saying? When I have a conversation with him, we also get to some of our thoughts of things that's been going on lately. But before we get into what Bobby Wright has going on lately and our comments of what's been going on lately, JB, how you been doing?
Hey man, thank you for asking. I am good. I am good. I kind of feel like they just opened shit back up, and now it's a curfew again.
All
But
right, all right, all
y'all
right.
stay safe out there, people. Stay safe out there for real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And Bobby Wright, what's going on with you, man? How you been? How was your week?
I mean, I'm just trying to hang in there, but I'm here. I'm breathing. I'm all right. Just trying to make this money, trying to stay focused. So that's what I'm on.
All right, that's a fact. That's a fact. And me, I just been chilling. I want to give some shout outs to some friends that have been reaching out to me. Thank you guys, and I'm talking about like white friends and things like that. Thank you guys for reaching out to me.
Yeah,
Thank you,
same here,
ladies.
same here.
Thank you,
Shout
ladies and
out to the ones.
girls. Yeah, thank you, ladies and girls that have reached out to me. I am good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, haven't really had any incidents here. They burned down the mall here or something like that. But other than that, I'm good. So thank you guys for checking up on me, and I really appreciate you guys. All right, so let's get into what you got going on, Bobby. So you went out to the protests out there. You're in what, Chicago?
No, I'm about an hour from Chicago. It's like a suburb. It's like a kind of a bigger suburb. But yeah, I went ahead and joined the protest yesterday. You know,
Okay. How was it? How was the feel? How was the vibe? What kind of people were out there? What were they
yeah.
saying?
It actually was kind of funny because I didn't plan to join it. Like literally, I was about to leave from the spot that I was at, and they were coming up. I just walked off. I was like, "Hey, can I join y'all?" And it was like, "Hell yeah!" But it was definitely, I could tell it was like younger people and everything like that. Which they're the ones that got all the energy and everything like that. Everybody looked like
Okay.
they're probably like 15 to like 25. I'm 30, so I was probably the oldest. I think there was one man who was probably about 50. Besides him, I was probably the oldest one out there. But I mean, it was
Huh.
cool. Just we walked around for probably like a good couple of hours. We were walking in the streets. I was recording it on Facebook, and I recorded on Facebook Live. I was on Snapchat and like IG and stuff. We was in the streets and just going through like like Walmart and all those different stores, things like that, like in that area. And I will say this: shout out to the police in the city that I'm in. This is not me saying, trying to say that, hey, all cops ain't, bad, but I can give credit where credit is due, but don't get it twisted. The police system is fucked up. I don't know if I can cut, but the police system
All right,
is
it's all good.
okay. The police system is fucked up, but I do understand that, you do have some individuals that do get it. And I just want to say shout outs to them. Some of the kids there was one girl that was kind of leading it. I think she was like Puerto Rican or something, and she had a megaphone at one point. This one police officer, his personal truck, they let her, a couple other kids, stand on top of the truck while they had the megaphone, and they were cool. They was making sure we were okay when we were in the middle of the street, that we weren't getting ran over. So I just do want to say that, but that does not take away from the fact that the whole system of this police force is fucked up. The FBI themselves said last decade that the police force in America has been infiltrated by white supremacists. Y'all can look it up yourselves. The Klan still is here. They just got rid of the robes and they got badges. But once again, shout out to the police in my area out here. But it was cool. It was pretty diverse. Like I say, it was a young crowd. Black people, Hispanic people, Asian people. I'm pretty sure there's people that was in the LGBT community. I'm pretty sure. Which, by the way,
Mm.
it is Pride Month, for anybody listening that might be in the LGBT community, Happy Pride Month to y'all from a heterosexual man that's not prejudice or whatever like this. But yeah, it was a diverse group of people. Everybody was cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was white kids out there with the signs talking about white silence is white violence. So shout outs to the kids out there
Mm-hmm.
protesting. It went
So
good. Everything went smooth. Well, actually, I will say though, when I left, about 5 minutes after I left, after about an hour or two of being out there, I guess they ended up clogging up the streets. Though this certain street area that was really busy, and I guess it kind of got crazy. But I literally left right before that happened, so I didn't see it, but I heard. I guess they were causing a lot of chaos or backed up a lot of traffic. But that was like right after I left. So, but as far as me, when I was out there in the street, though, everything was smooth. It was organized. It was good. Shout outs to everybody. So yeah.
okay, all right. So let's get into this real quick. The rioting and looting. Sorry, the rioting and looting. Is it productive? How do you feel about this going on in the city or multiple cities and stuff like that? I mean, how do you feel about this?
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yes.
Um, Honestly, I don't think it's so much about whether it's productive or not. I think people need to understand why, because a lot of times things can happen that people maybe don't agree with, or maybe could have a good and a bad side to it, but people only want to focus on the bad, which of course, yes, there's been a lot of damage going around the country with a lot of these different stores and whatnot getting
Mm-hmm.
destroyed. One thing I will say though about that, I do wish that we wouldn't destroy the black mom and pop stores. At least if we are going to damage some of these buildings and stores, like the police station that got caught on fire. I honestly don't give two shits about that police station getting caught on fire. Shit like that. Target, shouts to Target out there in Minneapolis. They stood with the people. They made a statement talking about, look, we can rebuild our Target, store and everything like that. So they stood with the people and said that they understand what's going on, and that they were with us and just everybody like that, and that they weren't basically trying to scold them for tearing down that one store because they got whatever how many they're a
That
multi-million.
store. Now,
Uh,
now you gotta think of it this way. That store was in Minneapolis, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
That that's
The main one. Yeah.
that's where Target is started. Was in Minneapolis or something like
Okay, I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where their headquarters is at. So I mean, I think they definitely want to take pride in that and bring that store back for sure.
Yeah, and they can afford it. They basically
Yes,
said
yes.
that in their statement. So I'm not, if they're not tripping, I'm not tripping. You know what I mean? So I would much rather these brick and mortar buildings be destroyed than another black life or a life period. But I mean, you already know what it is. So I would much rather these brick and mortars get burnt up and tore down than another black life. You know what I mean? So we
Hmm.
built this for free, and we never got compensated for it. So hey, this is so I know I didn't directly answer your question about is it right or wrong or is it productive. But to answer that, if it's productive or not, I do think it is a way to get people's attention. But my thing is, once you get their attention, you do need to kind of take it to the next step and have some kind of focus of, okay, now that we got your attention, now let's go and something, do something else. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily think that is wrong as far as the rioting part. The looting, which is people stealing and stuff like that, which is not just black people doing this. We're just the ones.
It's actually mainly white people.
It's yeah, white Antifa, just white people in general that are doing it. But we're the
Right.
main ones getting blamed like we do for
Correct.
everything else. But if you do your research, there's actually a lot of videos like from the people showing black people the main ones cleaning up these messes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you see clips from the news. Anytime it's a white man or a white woman coming out of one of these stores looting, they'll pretend like, oh, maybe they just found it, or maybe they, let's say they, like I think it was some Starbucks that got looted, and it was a bunch of white women coming out with coffee and all kinds
Mhm.
of stuff. I'm like, oh, maybe they just had some coffee from home and they just brought it with them. Like, come on, man. But when it's a black person, just that's just in that area, even if they're not walking into the store trying to take nothing, there's in that area. It's like, oh, look at these looters. Like we all just get grouped, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mhm.
don't believe the
Okay.
hype. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Cool. So, JB, the rioting and looting is it productive? counterproductive? What are your thoughts?
I want to go ahead and say about the protest right quick. I wasn't able to go out there and protest. I wanted to, but I stayed in the house and and stayed next to my family, and make sure I gave them an extra hug and kiss and enjoyed my day on that weekend day. But I'm happy that we was able to, as black people, come together. That's the most important part. I mean,
Mm.
we coming together and making us stronger as whole. Like, I know people say slavery was a long time ago, but you know, we still coming together still today. So this is a proud moment for us to come together, and now we just got to come together and plan, prepare, and just plan and see what's our next move. Now we got their attention. Sorry it had to come to violence,
They
but
didn't
that's what
want
it.
to hear it when Colin Kaepernick kneeled. So what
Yeah,
do you think?
yeah. Sorry it had to come to violence, but it had to come to
So
it.
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah, so that's what it had to come to. This is the degree. I looked up the statistics or on, and actually I didn't even look it up. It was on Fox News. Let me make sure I say it right before I say it at all. Okay, it says police use force in black man, more than 2.5 more likely to die at the hands of police. It is the sixth leading cause of death in the black community, and they put that on the news. So this is not even coming from me; it's coming from Fox News. So you know, and nobody wants to see their children. Nobody wants to see their uncles, daddies, or whatever be murdered by police officers. I can understand, we getting killed. I can't understand. Hold on, I can't understand, regular people doing it, but that happens. You know what I mean? It happens by a regular Joe in the street. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it, of course not. And but I definitely don't want to be killed by the people that we can't even fight back. We don't even know when it's gonna happen. We just pull over thinking we're gonna get a little ticket, and next thing you know we dead. Or next thing you know we have a problem. Or next thing we know we getting racially profiled.
Mm.
So, I do want to say that about the protest. I'm glad it's here. I'm sorry I had the result to this, but I'm glad it's here.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, I'm just gonna give everybody a heads up. I'm not gonna talk too much this podcast because I'm kind of over talking about it. But, um, what everybody said was right. You know what I'm saying? I agree wholeheartedly with both of y'all, Bobby and JB Written. Um, and if anybody has an issue with these riots going on, let's just say black people were doing it. What do you think white people were doing when the slaves got freed?
mm,
I'm not even gonna say the answer to that, but just go ahead and sit up here and think about that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think white people were doing when slaves were freed?
Black Wall Street, the 99th year anniversary just passed on
Mm-hmm.
May 31st. Black Wall
Mm-hmm.
Street, they tore that down.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Tea Party, they tore that stuff up. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's all good. But then when we tear up a couple of buildings, oh no, have a
You're
put down
destroying our country.
yeah,
You're
the country
destroying the
that
whole
we
country.
built. Keep that in
Exactly.
mind.
That part.
This really
You know what
is
I'm
actually
saying? Kanye voice.
it got stolen from. Imagine if somebody made you build their house for
Uh-huh.
them for free, but then you weren't even allowed to live in it for the first 20 years of your life after you built it for free, and then you got to live, you had to live in the attic, and the attic was all nasty and had the air was bad, and you're like, yo, can I at least come to the living room? Oh no, you can't do that. Well, can I get compensated for building this house? Well, no, it was your grandfather that built it. Okay, but you didn't pay him or my mother or my father.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that was a long time ago. Okay, but I'm still living in the attic with this bad conditions, and nobody in my family ever got paid for what they built this house. And then you just kept going, and then you had kids, and then it's the same thing. And now your kid grows up, and it's like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna just tear this house down. Now they're getting scolded. Now, is it wrong to break a house? Yeah, but think about that though. You gotta
Right.
look at it in context. This isn't just about George Floyd. R.I.P. to him, but this is bigger than just George Floyd. This is the 400 year of us just being done, and then you add this COVID on top.
I'm gonna say one more thing about the question you asked too. You know, I don't like the rioting and I don't like the looting, but I understand it. I understand it. It's a man life that's got taken. You know, let's
Multiple.
multiple lives that got taken. And let's not forget the fact, that we didn't start this. We didn't start this. Black people ain't asking you to shoot us. We wasn't, what I mean? We wasn't asking that. George Floyd wasn't asking to die. He wasn't asking, and the doctor said the autopsy came back today, and the doctor said that he died from not only the knee in the back of his neck, but also the other cops that was putting the pressure on his back and legs. And when you look at the video, it was 3 cops on him. He wasn't fighting at all. So the
He couldn't
autopsy,
fight.
yeah, he couldn't fight. The autopsy said the weight from the knee, so the air couldn't come to his brain. The blood couldn't come to his brain, and the air couldn't come to his lungs, and that was from the autopsy. And they was trying to fight it and say, "Oh, he didn't die from that," so the cop couldn't get less sentence. So,
That's
you
white
know,
supremacy, like right there.
yeah.
That's white supremacy.
And I'm sorry for the people in the protest that lost their life and lost their business. But like I said, I understand it and it comes with it.
It's a
And I'm
casual.
not, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Casualty to war. You said it.
Yeah,
You
that's
took it right out of my mouth, bro. Like that's what it is, and I but I don't like as just as well. I don't like the protest, and I understand it. I don't like this modern day lynching that's going on. So what are we to do? You know.
All right. Anything else on that, JB?
no.
Um. Nah, man. Oh
All right.
yeah, fucking third degree murder. They trying to give him.
Mm. If he doesn't at least get second degree, it's complete bullshit. And that's me still trying to be. That's being lenient. The second degree, I say give him first degree, but third degree is complete bullshit. If that ends up being the case, but we
I
gotta
think
wait.
that's supposed to be decided today or something like that, I believe, or something. I haven't read anything.
I
He
read
was
they
supposed
was
to be
trying
going.
to give him third degree
He,
murder.
yeah, he was supposed to be going. Uh huh.
It wouldn't shock me if that's the case. But I'll say this: if it's set in stone, excuse me, that it is a third degree. If y'all think it's getting crazy right now, just hey, the youth is speaking. When I say the youth, I'm not even talking about our generation because we're all millennials. I'm talking about the post millennials, those kids that are like teenagers still in the beginning of their 20s.
Right.
And keep messing with them. I mean, we're young too, but I'm just saying, man. Like if it's a third degree situation, third degree murder, and y'all think it's crazy right now, just wait. You already got these kids in Chicago letting lions, tigers, and bears loose in the Chicago Zoo. I'm only an hour away from that shit. Hopefully, animal control can come in. I don't want to see lions walking around
Hmm.
my neighborhood ever. But at the same time, I get it. But yeah, man, these kids are fed up too, and they ain't even been like I was earlier, like I was saying in the protest. Some of the kids were like 15. And I was talking to them. You could just see the pain in their eyes. I'm like, man, there's no way a 15-year-old boy or girl, black, he said it was blacks, Hispanics, and whites. There's no reason why somebody that young should feel like that already. You know what I mean? I'm 30. I
Right.
shouldn't feel like this. So it's like,
Right. Right. I have to agree with that.